Hello, my name is Anna Marie and welcome to my channel. The Economical Housewife is where we discuss how to reduce the cost of living while maintaining an efficient and effective home to make time for the things and people we love. Today we are discussing diaper cream. I have been talking to a lot of mothers / expectant mothers, and I just wanted to share what I did for diaper cream when my toddler was a newborn and up through like 9-12 months old. Like, things have evolved. I have definitely evolved over time what I've done with her, but for the most part I have kept it very cost effective. We did receive some diaper creams as shower presents, and it turns out that the cost effective methods that I have used work way better than the expensive diaper creams that we were trying to use with our daughter. So I just wanted to take you through what we did and the cost comparisons. We received, it's called Linderm cream, I think, and it's mostly olive oil and has a lot of limestone liniment in it, and it was actually a very good diaper cream. Also very expensive, and I can do something very similar for quite cheap. We also received butt paste. You probably, if you have a child, have tried it. For some rashes it works, for others it doesn't. We've tried Vaseline. We've tried, oh, what's that one? Desitin. Desitin did not work for us. I don't know about you, but it didn't work for us. So we tried all of those, and the Vaseline is actually very inexpensive and works really well to keep diaper rash from happening. It's not so great if you're using cloth diapers, but it is very effective if you are using disposable diapers and you want a barrier cream so your child doesn't get a rash from, say, the ammonia from their urine or any infections from their bowels. So I'm trying not to be gross as I talk about this, but this is just a gross topic, so bear with me. So the Vaseline works really well as a barrier cream for preventative. Once your child has a rash, you actually probably shouldn't be putting that on because it's a great barrier cream, which means that the skin's not going to breathe, which means you're trapping in an infection, which means it's going to be harder for your child to heal. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying from the research I've done on the internet for my own child and from my personal experience, that's what happens. So if your pediatrician disagrees with me, great. This is just my experience, so obviously there's other people out there with different experiences and different places they're drawing their knowledge from, and that's great. I'm just sharing my opinion. Hope you enjoy it. Yeah. So Vaseline works great for that. What I've also found, we actually have done cloth diapering for the most part. The first 3 months of my daughter's life, we actually did do disposables because we were living at my in-laws' house, and I just didn't want to wash all those diapers in my mother-in-law's wash. So we did disposables until we moved into our townhome, and then we switched I was like working 1 day a week, so we still did disposables that 1 day a week, and then I switched when I was staying home to cloth diapers. And what I found with the cloth diapers was that Vaseline is not so great with the cloth diapers, so I switched to either olive oil or coconut oil. They also are pretty great barrier creams. They aren't as great of a barrier cream as the Vaseline. That's thicker. I've also heard people use Crisco instead of Vaseline, which is also inexpensive. But we were using olive oil and coconut oil. The nice part about those is they're antibacterial, so they also help medicate on that level as well. And then what I noticed is when my daughter would rash up, it was either I let her sit a little too long in a diaper that was dirty, which happens, guys. Sometimes moms just don't get to things right away. It just, or daycare providers. And it's not that they're trying to be bad caretakers. It's just that there's a lot of things going on, and sometimes you forget that your child had a poopy diaper, and that happens. And so when that happens, sometimes they get an infection, and it's not so nice. And so the other thing is, okay, there's multiple reasons for getting infections. That's one of them. The other thing was we were definitely wiping my daughter's butt way too much with wet wipes and stuff. So we significantly decreased that, and I'll tell you how later. But when she got an infection, I started trying to use cornstarch, and that was great at drying things out so the infection didn't have more moisture to feed on. But what I realized was it wasn't doing enough, and I researched and I started using burnt flour. You can burn your flour yourself. I know that sounds weird. You can burn your flour yourself on the stove. It kind of stinks up the house for like a day, day and a half, a little bit. But if it's summer, just open the windows and air it right out. But I just did a huge batch and I just spooned some into her diaper. That got rid of it so quick. Like, in like 3 days, it was completely gone. Now, I noticed that I can't use the burnt flour as a preventative because it will start drying her butt out too much where she'd start getting eczema, and you don't want to see eczema either. So what I would do is preventative, coconut oil or olive oil, one of the two, and then, or both, you can mix them, I guess, and then as a medication for actual infected rashes, I would do burnt flour. And so that was kind of my system, and it worked really well. And then the additional like things I would do is if she peed, I would not wipe her butt with a wipe. I would just put on a new diaper. And what I found was the pee doesn't make her rash. It was the constant wiping and scrubbing that would make her rash. And I know that sounds kind of gross. You're not wiping the pee off your daughter. And yeah, I know. It's gross. We did do extra like soaking baths without soap. Soap dries baby skin out a lot more. So just do like water and rinse them. And then if she pooped like when she had a rash, I would actually like try to just like get most of it off with like 1 or 2 wipes. And then I would actually just like rinse her in the sink, kind of bidet style. And that was much gentler. So like rinsing instead of wiping, and then wiping less if they didn't have a rash, and then airtime. And you've probably heard this from so many moms on YouTube. Lots of this stuff's already out there. I'm just reaffirming that this stuff has worked for us. And if you're a YouTuber and you made a video on this, I'm sorry if I'm stealing your thunder. I'm not trying to. I think it's helpful for me to watch several moms say on YouTube, oh yeah, this worked. Because then it's like, oh, I'm starting to have a list of evidence building up that this has worked, not just for this one mom with her one child, but for this other mom and this family of 12. And like, I like seeing that on YouTube. So that's also why I'm sharing these things. Lots of these things I think are more like old wives' tale sort of things, except for they're very effective. So, which some of the old wives' tales are, some of them not so much. But yeah, that's why I'm sharing this. Also, it's just nice to rant to you guys, because not everybody is interested in listening to me rant about diaper cream. I've definitely noticed that. I think it's like a new mom thing, or maybe just a mom thing in general, that we like talking about these things, but our husbands are not as interested, or sometimes they are, maybe. I don't know if yours is. Tell me below. Mine is sometimes, and sometimes he could care less. And that's not a bad thing. It's just he's wired differently, and he's not dealing with poop all day. He's at work. So why would he be interested with poop? Okay, so what was I talking about? Burnt flour, airtime. It might seem weird to just let your kid run around without pants or a diaper on, but if they're young enough, like, it really helps get rid of rashes. Just do airtime. And, you know, as they get to be like more potty training age, like when they're ready to start potty training, yeah, then really focus on talking about modesty and keeping your clothes on, and we need to keep it on in public. But like before the age of 1, like my daughter's 1.5, and we're starting to work on the modesty thing. She just doesn't quite understand it yet, but you can tell when it starts to click. Like, so when they're younger, I think it's okay to do that. I know some people don't feel quite as comfortable around it because it's like, oh, my kid's is naked, but like kids like being naked and they have absolutely no awareness about modesty. And So as long as you're in a safe situation, like maybe let your kid air out down there. Or like if it's a girl or even a boy, like a long shirt or dress so like you can't see their privates, but they can still air out so they don't get a ton of rashes. That's what we've done. The price comparison, I'm just going to go in on the computer and I'll just add this in at the end. It's ginormous. Like, you're saving so much money just on switching from like expensive brand name diaper creams, not even just to like the generic brand, but like you're going one more step beyond that and saying, hey, it's not that hard to make my own and it's way less expensive and it's really effective. Like, I've also seen people like go to the doctor for steroid creams, and try these before you go to the doctor, because okay, not only do you have to pay for the steroid cream after that, you also have to pay for the doctor bill and the visit and all of that. So like, just start with these, and then if they don't work, go to the doctor. Or if your kid has an allergy to something, go to the doctor, obviously. And doctors are very helpful, but they're also very expensive. So like, from my opinion, if I can deal with it at home in a simple, effective way before I go to the doctor, or at least give it a try, like, what's to lose? It's like, okay, I might spend a couple bucks on the supplies for this, or I might spend like $500 to $1,000 on a doctor visit. We have like a medical share program right now. We're switching insurance. But like, they do a really good job of getting the price down, but we still pay a decent amount for doctor bills out of pocket. So we just really try to work at preventative stuff and focus on just avoiding going to the doctor. Not like if you need to, like, obviously go, but like, it's just like the cost, the benefit versus cost way out is significant. So we like to try to reduce those. We are also in the process of paying off a lot of debt, so we try to not splurge and buy diaper cream. I know that shouldn't be considered splurging, but it is in our book. So if you guys are also trying to eliminate debt or maybe save up a down payment for a house or something, like, every dollar counts. That's what we've really learned. I made this debt thermometer for our fridge, and then we've started budgeting every month and reviewing our budget every week. And what I've realized is, like, I thought we were living pretty frugally. And I realized is that we actually have a lot of ways we can still cut. Like, we can still cut our electricity bill and our water bill and our diaper cream bill and different things like that. So I've been working on making our home more cost efficient. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to share the journey with you guys. If you guys are interested, like and subscribe. And comment, because quite frankly, I don't know everything. I would love to hear your guys' tips and tricks to see maybe if I can make my home even more efficient than I thought. Because guess what? We all sometimes like get in this narrow mind frame of like, oh yeah, I'm definitely doing all I can, and not like thinking about, sometimes it's like easy to stay in that little box, and I'm trying to expand that box to see more possibilities of ways of things to do. But like, when I'm looking at it, at like a bill, and like, I've thought of everything to cut on this bill. Like, how do I make it even smaller? Sometimes a fresh pair of eyes is helpful. So I would love to hear your guys' tips and tricks in the comments below, because that would be very beneficial to me, and I'm sure it would be beneficial to other people to read them. As I said, this channel is just to get ideas out there, and I hope you enjoy it. If you do, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, have a blessed day. Bye.